Kia ora koutou. It's great to be able to bring you this week's update, and this week we thought we'd do it a bit differently. We're going to focus on our advocacy and policy work, and so for that reason we've got our head of, I was going to say head of advocacy and policy, but head of climate and nature here with us, Antonia Burbidge. So Antonia, a lot on at the moment, obviously, new government, a whole lot of new priorities. I just wonder if you could maybe talk us through what some of those priorities are and the sorts of things that we're doing.
Yeah, so we do advocacy work alongside all of our work to support members through the collaborations and the bits and pieces that you sort of usually see us. I think sometimes our advocacy work is a little bit more hidden because it's conversations that we have with ministers and those kind of things. So we have a few things going on, one of which is we're doing a piece of work with Sapere, who are a consultancy, and they're helping us pull together a series of ideas that we can bring to the new ministers and things to help them create new policies that are kind of aligned with their priorities that they've set out, so that we can help them bend the curve on emissions reductions. So what we're doing at the moment is kind of testing these with a smaller group of members to kind of co-create these ideas, and then we'll be bringing them out to a broader group of members to test them before we use them to bring to new ministers. Does that kind of give you a sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And of course, one of the things that we're using to reinforce that is this new well-named Climate Business and Advisory Group, or CBAG for short, very unfortunate acronym, which is a group of some of our leading minds within the SBC and CLC memberships who are helping us to advise government directly on policy. Do you want to describe a little bit about how that fits in with the work that we're doing?
Yeah, I think you're actually better positioned. So Mike co-chairs the horribly named CBAG. So you co-chair that group, and this is, I think, one of those things that, again, it's probably a little bit quieter, but Mike co-chairs that with James Palmer.
Yes.
I'm helping provide the information into you so that you can use that to try and influence we influence both at minister level and at official level. So do you want to talk about how that's going?
Yeah, so I think we're into our 5th meeting now. We just met with the group of 8 government CEOs who are responsible for implementing all of the government's climate policies, both on the adaptation and on the mitigation side. That was more of a sort of a getting to know you session and sort of setting out some of our initial ideas, certainly not exhaustive. There's a lot of other things we'll look at as well. And we were flagging with them that report that you were just talking about before that Sapere is doing for us, it will be coming to them later this month. They're very interested in it, and the message back was looking to business for solutions. Come to us with answers rather than problems. Happy for you to work those up with us and work in partnership, but they need to be least cost and most efficient, and they really need to bend the curve. So we've got a few initial ideas that we will bring along to the next one of those meetings in about 2 months' time, and in the meantime a lot of work to do within that group. But a huge thank you to those who are involved in that group. It's a significant amount of time. They're really talented group of people, and I think they're having a big impact.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So just to build on that as well, one of the other things that we're doing is preparing for the upcoming Climate Change Commission consultation on the pathways piece, which is they're consulting on revising the 2050 target, the 4th emissions budget, and also considering whether or not to bring international aviation and shipping into the 2050 target. So just a few small questions. So I think information is going out in this week's pānui to just tell members how they can get involved. The timelines are going to be quite tight, but there's just plenty of opportunities for people to give us their opinions and stuff. So I think we've got 3 in-person workshops and 3 online workshops for those. So yeah, lots going on at the moment in the advocacy world. Lots of opportunities
Absolutely.
To push for ambition, I think.
Fantastic, thank you, Antonia. So I suppose my message to you would be, do get involved. As you know, we like to speak with a single voice, so your involvement in this is super important. It is going to be a busy year, another one, but we have got those channels open now to government. As I've said, they're looking to us to help them solve some of the big problems that we've got in terms of bending that emissions curve. So your ideas are going to be critical to that. So that's us for this week. Looking forward to catching up with you again all soon. In the meantime, ka kite anō.